Russell Moore, and this is former SBC ERLC chair Russell Moore, who is now, like, I don't know what he calls himself anymore. He is now editor-in-chief over at Christianity Astray, the perhaps once reasonable Christian publication that is now basically the standard. It's like the Christianity Today is like the New York Times of evangelicalism. So in the same way that the New York Times is the place to go to find out what like the standard progressive view on politics and everything is, that's Christianity Today, right? And so Russell Moore at Christianity Astray is now chairing, or he's going to be in charge of this, or at least going to be a part of the Gospel for Enneagram Summit. And I don't know if it's Enneagram, I don't care. It is another example of Christian culture glomming on to the latest fad, the latest trend, the latest, like, what is the world into right now? Has the world gotten even more self-focused than it was before? Because we really want to be a part of that. I mean, they can't possibly think that Christianity is not keeping up with the trends. And so we have these combinations of quote unquote gospel ministry with, I mean, ridiculous stuff, right? You know, personality tests, as if somehow evangelicalism couldn't get more. It couldn't get more self-focused. That's what it's all become at this point. A year after Russell Moore helped advance false claims that the Enneagram has Christian roots, and yes, he did that. You'll find that article over at Protestia. And 4 months after he and Beth Moore shared their Enneagram personalities, the former ERLC president, current editor-in-chief at Christianity Astray, is scheduled to be a speaker at the Gospel for Enneagram Summit, where you're going to, get this, transform your life. You're going to transform your life and relationships by learning the Enneagram through a gospel lens from trustworthy leaders. Now, of course, what they're telling you here is the Enneagram is clearly not a Christian thing. It's not a Christian thing. This is in the same way that you might find a program that's like, okay, we're going to find out how to manage your finances the Christian way. Now, the Bible does speak to principles in terms of money and finances and being a good steward of what God has given us. But this is a personality test sort of system that makes claims that are just patently unbiblical. There's no way to gospel wash this so that it becomes a good thing. According to Joe Carter, the Enneagram is a categorization tool that classifies human personality into a typology of 9 interconnected personality types. These are all hardwired before birth. Hardwired before birth. So the Enneagram is making a claim on being able to tell you this is how God created you. He created you to be the helper, or the whatever Russell Moore thinks he is. It's no mere personality test, however. Carter explains the origins. The earliest mention of the Enneagram is found in the writings of Russian occultist P.D. Ouspensky, who was born in 1878, died in 47, who attributes to his teacher, the Greek-American occultist George Gurdjieff. I'm probably mispronouncing it. I'm probably Georges, maybe, I don't know. Considered the Enneagram a symbol of the cosmos, but made no connection with it to personality types. So this thing has grown, as many new age occult kind of things do. It grows, the symbolism and all this grows into new things over the generations. And it was Oscar Ichazo, I'm not sure, who connected the Enneagram to personality. He claimed to have discovered the personality type meaning of the Enneagram when it was, get this, taught to him by the Archangel Metatron while he was high on mescaline. This is the origins of this thing. And yet it only takes one Christian personality, one Christian influencer, whatever you want to call them, to get out here and say, this could probably be redeemed for gospel. I mean, after all, people are going to be focused on themselves anyway, right? They're going to be focused on themselves anyway, so we might as well get in on the action. We certainly can't be preaching these countercultural ideas like self-denial No, no. I mean, the true way to grow as a Christian is to look at ourselves, to look inward, and what better way to do that than to have a whole system in things based around how I can know more about me and how important I am and how special I am. I mean, it amazes me. The Enneagram it shouldn't be this little 9 point symbol or whatever it is. It should be a snowflake. The Enneagram should be a snowflake, because that's really what it encourages is people to say, it's all about me. And the Christian walk and learning is all about I'll know more about how to serve and how to do things if I can look inward and look at myself. That's what it's all about. It's incredible. And yet this is supposedly a Christian thing. Now here's your speakers for this. Russell Moore, Sean Palmer, Beth and Jeff McCord, and Suzanne Stable, maybe as you pronounce it. I don't know who she is, but I mean, she is a best-selling author of she's the Enneagram godmother, according to this, right? Beth and Jeff McCord, founders of Your Enneagram Coach. Because, I mean, after all, why would we have something like this without everybody trying to monetize it, without people making careers off of it and whatever? Yeah, see Jim saying like, no clue who these people are. I don't want to, no. Yeah, I don't blame you. But here was the interesting thing. I thought this was really funny. I'm going to see if I can go, find out where I put this. Let's see if I can find it. I saw this on Twitter, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. Yep, here we go. So this was Phil Vischer of VeggieTales fame thinks it's hilarious. I mean, he thinks it's very funny that people have claimed that Russell Moore is synthesizing occult practices with Christianity, which is totally what it is. Even like Jackie Hill Perry figured this out. For those of you that know who Jackie Hill Perry is, we've been critical of her for other reasons. But Jackie Hill Perry figured out, she warned Christians that not to use the Enneagram personality test because it has, quote, demonic origins, right? And so Phil Vischer, he thinks it's hilarious. And then we find out, well, here's why he thinks it's hilarious. Because his wife is a speaker at the event. I don't know which point of the Enneagram Lisa is part of. I'm not sure, but now we could see very clearly why Phil Vischer has an issue with people calling the Enneagram demonic or cultic or whatever, and it absolutely is. You can head over to I'm not going to waste your time reading it on here, but you can head over to protestia.com to read more about this and figure out why we have come to the conclusions that we have come to regarding the Enneagram